It's Michael Weiss, and welcome to Weiss's Wednesday. We are covering today a very exciting topic that most people don't pay nearly enough attention to. That's UI, UX, and user experience, and how it will be killing your business if you don't get this right. Now, let's break it down. UI, UX, and user experience, those are technical terms. So let's figure out what that means to you and I, right? Now, number one, if we are going to be experiencing any learner content, courses, certifications, membership sites, we're going to be on a device. That device can be a desktop, a laptop, an iPad, or a mobile device. Now, take those and double it, because not only do you have all the Apple products, but you have all the Samsung, Android, IBM, Intel products. Now, take that and then let's multiply it by what happens on those hardware devices. Now, what do I mean by that? So let's just take a browser, a website browser, for instance. You have Safari, you have Firefox, and you have Chrome. There's also Dolphin and a bunch of others as well. So when I'm a user trying to experience some content online, there are a lot of facets that are hardware and software driven will determine whether the experience is good at all or not. And if we break that down even further to some of the components of a course, like for instance, video, because all the courses that we build, we're using video training, and you're not using Wistia or Equality Player and you get the proverbial spinning wheel, you're done. That's a terrible user experience. Now, if we break that down into what does it mean from a UI, UX experience standpoint, what that means is how is every aspect of the user or learner, how is every aspect of their journey affected by the quality of the design of the site? Now, if you are in a SaaS platform like Kajabi or Coursera or Thinkific, you have zero opportunity to enhance the UI UX. You're stuck inside that platform, which is fine. And those companies are fine. They built a wide platform to hold tens of thousands of people, and it's optimized, generally speaking, to be okay and adequate. The advantage of having your own platform is the fact that you come out with your best UI UX, and here is the key. The key is that your students will then provide you feedback along the way that allows you to continually optimize. And it's the data from your students that is super important. So one, how do we get better at UI UX and how do we stop it from killing our business is one, properly plan for UI UX, but two, now going into the second point is that you gotta know your customer. So some customers are very agile on technology, right? So like for instance, Digital Marketer, who's one of our clients, they're training people on digital marketing. So the vast majority of those people are very good on computers. However, if we're working with, for instance, a company that's training for construction, and the majority of them are on desktops or laptops, and maybe they're mostly mobile warriors, then their experience is going to be completely different. So the feedback loop from your customer is crucial to improve the UI UX. Now, if we break it down to one of the other facets that are very important to determine your success, that's really the on-page navigation, and generally speaking, what we call something called friction. Now, if you have a lot of friction, then that's going to rub people the wrong way. Rub people the wrong way, they're not going to come back. And that's going to cause terrible completion rates. You'll be in the client replacement business. You won't make a big outcome in what you're trying to do. You won't grow your sales, and you'll be stuck. You won't be able to scale. Now, if we can design something and reduce the friction and anticipate where a button should go. Someone passes a quiz or a final, and they hit submit, that next action should be obvious. They shouldn't be looking all over the place for what to do where and what. Now, let me just share with you a quick story that one of the clients we work with ended up coming off our platform, and they wanted to design something themselves. And they were a big operation, and they had a 20-something person tech department. Unfortunately, the CTO carried way too much weight in that organization and convinced the president and the chairman that they should rebuild the platform. Now, what does a CTO know besides programming when it comes to UI, UX, and specifically online education, LMS? Very little compared to people that are doing this for a living that have built tens and tens and tens of platforms in our continual feedback loop. So yes, they accomplished their goal of coming off the platform, but when they launched, it was a disaster for UI, UX. It was a disaster for the friction. And actually, we received many complaints from people that were on the new platform because they thought it was us. So the importance of getting this right is really going to make or break your success. And so that's the quick synopsis. That's the wrap up. And I invite you to dig deeper in our blog to learn more about it. I'll see you on the next Weiss's Wednesday.